I'm here with Bruce Rector, CEO of the Rector Group, a strategy consultant for small businesses. Bruce, you work with a lot of different types of companies, different sizes, different industries. Tell me some things that should be on every CEO's to-do list.
There's, obviously 100 things that should be on every CEO's to-do list, and it varies widely. But one that I think every CEO absolutely needs to attend to is critical is understanding key performance indicators. That's one, and those can vary from company to company, industry to industry. But the idea is to have a small but manageable number, call it half a dozen, and it can vary, of critical metrics that you measure at a regular frequency, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, that give you a quick snapshot of how the company's doing. For example, some of the ones I've seen put in place are things like revenue per employee in one case. In a home health situation, I saw visits per day per nursing employee. And then in a similar vein, average revenue per visit. Might be average revenue per transaction, average number of transactions per day. And again, you can often, by putting pencil to paper, define ones that fit you best. But if you haven't done that, you need to do it. It's absolutely critical so you can keep on top of how your company is doing. Another big one, in my opinion, is pulling together a credible advisory board. For two reasons, and this is not a group of people that are casual social friends necessarily, but people with deep experience in areas that maybe you have not been exposed to a whole lot. And this is different than a board of directors. A board of directors are often people that have a certain agenda. They may be investors often for smaller companies. It's a private equity investor. These are people that are just rendering advice. They don't have a fiduciary duty per se. And if you put the right advisory board together, they can add a huge amount of value quickly, both by adding credibility to the management team as the management team is interacting in the business world, and by providing advice. If you don't have perhaps your marketing isn't the strongest area in your company, but you've got somebody with 20 years of marketing experience on your advisory board, they can often provide a huge amount of very valuable direction and insight. And by the way, that should be, to some extent too, the role of your board of directors. If you've got the right group of investors, part of what you want to be looking at as you speak to potential investors is those kind of expertises. Another key area, again, kind of related to what I just said, is the composition of your board. And having a board that is engaged and not just coming to the meetings to listen to the CEO talk and to have a sandwich and then depart, but people that are engaged, that are feeling accountable to the shareholders and willing to roll up their sleeves and be involved in the company. So those are three areas that I think any CEO needs to be thinking about top of mind every day.